His mom was there before any of this made sense. Before tens of thousands of people were waiting for him to go live, she was the only one who pushed him to try streaming in the first place.
If your parents are pushing you to do something that you love, dude, that combination is dangerous. It's deadly. The cost of becoming CaseOh dropped 1 day ago.
The spectacle. The bigger it is, the louder it is. The more expensive it looks, the better it performs. Look at the top of Twitch right now. It's flooded with million-dollar
Wait, why am I not there? Hold on.
celebrity subathons, streamers buying their 10th dream car. Everything seems to be built around the question, how much money can we burn on camera?
I can't burn any because I don't have any, unfortunately.
There's this guy. CaseOh is interesting.
Holy my goat.
On paper, he's doing almost everything wrong. His production quality is kind of garbage.
CaseOh, where'd he come from? 200,000 viewers playing Fall Guys yesterday.
Yeah, it wasn't even zoomed in or cropped.
His setup isn't designed to be some
No, CaseOh's the type of guy that makes me want to make my setup worse quality.
massive content machine. Half the time he's live, he's playing some random game most people have never even heard of.
Your costume sucks.
I played this on...
I mean, when your
Okay.
entire job is getting people to watch you, you don't turn down a Mr. Beast video. But CaseOh did.
CaseOh did not respond to my message.
And somehow, despite doing the opposite,
That's aura. Yo, Mr. Beast hits you up for a video and then you just don't respond. Yo, he didn't even say I can't go. No, I feel that though. If he doesn't want to like travel or do anything like that, I feel like I
internet tells creators they're supposed to do, he's still one of the biggest streamers on the planet. How does that happen?
Is it a normal size fork or a big size man?
Honest answer is that none of this should have worked, because CaseOh's had the odds stacked against him since day one. Case Baker grew up in rural Arkansas.
Wait, that's him? Did this guy search up niche Arkansas newspapers trying to find CaseOh?
His hometown has a population just over 1,500. It's the kind of place where a new Walmart makes
Yo,
the
that's
front
so
page,
small.
and where the churches outnumber the
1,500?
stoplights. Towns like that don't have a lot going on. So, as a quiet kid, Case did what quiet kids in quiet towns have always done. He disappeared into a screen. In this case, a PlayStation. Call of Duty on repeat. And when YouTube started blowing up in the 10s, he was right there watching Nate Shot and the Optic guys build something that didn't exist a decade earlier. He watched
I remember that era.
He did after school.
That was so
into an
peak.
actual career.
Well, how does this sound? Making a living and even a small fortune just playing video games.
The biggest names were clearing their parents' annual salaries in a single weekend. And after watching that,
Yo, I remember watching MLG back in the day. They used to have an app called MLG where they would stream all of the Call of Duty events. And I would watch like the Call of Duty Go Search and Destroy. And it was like COD Championships or something in 2013. That was peak life. Does anyone relate to me or was I the only one that did that?
it became Case's dream job. The problem was he knew the odds, especially in his situation. His Wi-Fi was barely good enough to even watch YouTube. Uploading to it or streaming on Twitch, forget it.
Yo, if you remember when YouTube looked like this, you're unk. What was this, 2006?
Or streaming on Twitch, forget it. So he buried it. He graduated high school, bounced between jobs, often working 2 at a time just to keep the lights on. For 6 years. 6 years of clocking in somewhere he didn't want to be. 6 years of watching other guys his age blow up online doing the exact same thing he'd given up on. By the end of it, Case was...
Chad, I've been through this era actually myself. I'm not gonna lie. The many years and then giving up on it and then starting again. I've actually been through that exact archetype, just not on the same scale. Scale, CaseOh, get it? Like
burnout. He was one bad week away from walking into a recruiter's office and signing up for the military. Then his mom stepped in, and she asked him the question that changed everything. Why not take a real shot at the whole streaming thing? What's the worst that happened?
the fact that his mom told him to start it again, the amount of belief that she had in him must have been crazy. Most parents wouldn't do that. They would say, work your way up in the workforce. But she actually urged him to try again because she believed in him. Sometimes you just need one person to push you. And the fact that his mom was the person to do that is actually very rare.
Now, streaming is one of the most competitive jobs on the planet. And if you're like Case, trying to pursue it full time, you need to understand, there's levels to this.
Level 1?
Level 1, you can quit your job. Level 2, you're living large. And at level 3, you're the top 1% of the top 1%.
Wait, can't you just quit your job no matter what? Like, I don't have a job right now. I'm unemployed.
Now, there's no direct translation from Twitch viewers to money. So for the sake of the example, we're gonna say you reach level 1 at around 100 viewers. Once you're there, you can take the lead.
Not there yet, not there yet. We're on level 0, chat.
Sounds totally reasonable. Convincing 100 people to watch you live is brutal. In the past year, 18.4 million people opened up Twitch and broadcasted live on the platform. I want you to guess how many of them
18.4 million streamers. Probably like 90% of them have one viewer. Most of them are just like, oh, they have a stream, but they don't try. They just kind of booted up a stream and it's kind of there. But when you really look at like which ones are active, it's a way smaller number.
Seriously, throw a number out there. The answer is 165,536.
That's
so
so rare.
Every person who gets to level 1, there's 100 that don't. Every big streamer you see today spent days, weeks, if
What's
not
up, Phoebe?
months streaming to an audience of 0. I mean, take Jinxie for example. He streamed
Holy
to just
early
5
days.
viewers for a year and a half before he ever made it.
5 viewers? He's grinding.
And I'm throwing all of these
Damn, bro. No, there was a point where 5 viewers for me felt like I was over the moon. Like, it felt like I accomplished everything I ever wanted in life when I hit 5 viewers for the first time. At first, bro, like when you start a new account, getting any viewers is impossible. No one knows you. No one cares. Have you ever hit 5 viewers afterwards? Yo, Raven boy, buddy, what's with the hostility today?
Like 24 hours, y'all took me from nothing to crazy.
You see, CaseOh hit level 1 in the first hour of his first ever stream, and he didn't just get lucky.
Hey, y'all
Crazy.
came from the top, man.
In the days before he went live for the first time, CaseOh was
I don't like the words "he didn't just get lucky" because he got very lucky. I know exactly what I'll explain first. I don't know if you guys know what happened, but
already laying the groundwork. He spent days filming and editing clips of him playing NBA 2K23, and on September 10th, 2022, he uploaded 22 videos to TikTok. The next morning, he woke up to over 10,000 followers, and a comment section flooded with one question.
So he decided he wanted to stream, and then on that exact day, posted 22 TikToks, waking up the next morning and seeing 10,000 followers. That is insane, okay? The chance of that happening is slim. I think the main reason that happened for him is because of his personality and his unique look. But he blew up just off his first session of posting TikToks, right? Usually it takes genuinely months or years to get videos to do well. It's crazy that happened because he said the next day he went live for the first time ever and got 100 viewers. I think he might be the only one on planet Earth to ever do that.
So that night, he went live for the first time, and the floodgates opened.
When I look down and I see 126 viewers, bro, I cannot believe it.
From that day on, he followed the same routine. Clock in the 9 to 5, hit the second job, cut a few lawns, then come home and stream until he couldn't keep
That's
his
the
eyes open.
grind, bro. Real job and then stream?
I want to go to work, man. I want another build, dog. All I want to do is make builds and play 2K forever. Why do I gotta go work?
After each
Yo,
stream, he
I don't want to go work, man. Yo, that's everyone in the world.
find the best moments, clip them, and fire them back onto TikTok. The loop fed itself. Inside a week, he'd blown past 100,000 TikTok followers. Every stream was pulling 500 plus concurrent
No,
viewers.
chat. The speed of his blow up from starting to post to blowing up is some of the craziest thing I've ever seen, bro. Genuine 500 viewers in a week is wild. It just worked out. It's the power of your mom believing in you, right? Wouldn't never try it again if it wasn't for his mom telling him to give it one more shot. And because she did, his life changed.
Dude said, call the boss, quit. This your life now, cuz. Dude, imagine.
And the number that actually mattered, he was making
what
more
a
money
day.
streaming at night than he was at his day job.
And no, y'all literally just donated more than I make in a week in one night. Bruh,
Crazy.
bruh.
But CaseOh kept his head on straight. What shows up overnight can also disappear overnight. So before he quit his day job, he needed proof that this wasn't a fluke. So he made a deal with his chat, hit 5,000 Twitch subs, and he'd quit his job.
This the day we're gonna remember forever. You know I love y'all, man. Thank you, bro. It's all y'all, you feel me? Thank you, man. Full-time CaseOh in the building, and I'm laying in their mouth, too.
Hey, yo, first of all. Second of all, the speed at which he became full-time is actually absurd. If you're a streamer, 100 viewers is about where you can go full-time, but you're not going to live comfortably. You're going to be able to scrape by. You can make enough money to get food and probably pay for your house, maybe. I think once you hit 1,000 though, you're probably making 100K a year. If you really want to do streaming as a job and you don't care about the lifestyle more so than doing the job, 100 viewers is enough.
Within just a few weeks, it was a done deal. Case's fan base was new, but dedicated, and they wanted to see him pursue this thing full time.
Like I said, I've been dreaming of wanting to, be a streamer, a content creator since I was 13 years old. I finally took the leap, bro.
Same, bro.
Finally
That's
took
been
the
me.
leap, and y'all came through for you, boy. For real, y'all came through crazy.
Now, it wasn't all
5,000 subscribers? I think that's genuinely 0.1% of Twitch. It might be less. It might be 0.01% of Twitch. The top 150 streamers have 5,000 subs or more. And CaseOh hit that, I don't know if I'm 100% right, within months.
they wanted to see him pursue this thing full time.
Like I said, I've been dreaming of wanting to, be a streamer, a content creator since I was 13
Yo.
years old. I finally took the leap.
That is not
I
CaseOh.
finally took the leap, and y'all came through for you, boy. For real, y'all came through crazy.
Now, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows from here. His internet was still garbage, genuinely bad. Streams would lag or even just end
Oh,
because
I
the
remember when my
connection
internet was
wouldn't
like this, chat.
You see what I did deal with.
I hated this.
And when you're trying to build an audience, that's the kiss of death. If your stream ends, move on to the next. Eventually, numbers started slipping. For a couple months, it looked like maybe the whole thing was a fluke. Maybe the bubble had already popped.
You know,
Yep.
I've seen the numbers when I very first started. You know, the hype was there because I first blew up. Had like 800 viewers every night. Then y'all seen it dip to like, 100, 150. I was like,
That's
I gotta do
scary,
something
bro.
different. It's gonna go under.
Then he picked up a different game, Hogwarts Legacy. It was kind of a weird choice. It had a totally different audience.
Who
from the
remembers when I played this?
he'd built, but he streamed it anyway. Clipped a moment and posted
No one
it to
does.
TikTok.
Not one.
Well, I see the sun peeking through the window a little bit. Sleep schedule gone now. Gotta make Hufflepuff proud, though. Hey, it is what it is, man.
That one video alone pulled in over 18 million views. It's like that, he's back. Viewership climbs to 600, keeps climbing, month after month. Every week, another clip going viral. Another wave of new viewers
Hogwarts Legacy, by the way, is the weirdest game to blow up off of. He looks like he's from Hufflepuff, though.
funneling straight to the stream. The snowball was rolling again. By May 2023, CaseOh was averaging over 2,500 viewers, a legitimate name in streaming culture.
If you don't know who he is, you gotta be living under a rock.
2,500, it's crazy.
And this is level 2. At level 2, you're starting to live large. You're in big boy money territory. At this point, you're
Oh, chat, who remembers
Hey,
when I
is
became
this
level
the
2?
Elden Ring
That was
guy?
classic.
I remember you taking 1,700 deaths before you beat Millennia.
not going to bed afraid the whole thing vanishes overnight.
All right, ban my dad. Get him out of here!
With over
Ban my
2,500
dad?
viewers,
What?
CaseOh was sitting somewhere just
Ban my
inside
dad.
10,000 streamers on Twitch. Incredible by any measure, but remember, Twitch is stacked top heavy. And when I say top heavy, I mean it.
Like CaseOh, top
At
heavy.
any given moment, there are about 3 million users on Twitch watching content. When you break down the viewer distribution by channel rank, the picture gets pretty clear. Out of the millions of channels on the platform, the top 250 pull over half the viewership. That's the difference between level 2 and level 3. While it seems like the easiest jump on the ladder here, it's actually the most difficult. There's a specific blueprint nearly every streamer has followed to make this jump.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If you even get the chance to be here, to have the opportunity to make this jump, you've already made it further than almost everyone. Being a content creator as a business gives you so much power because you can use it for whatever you want. You captivated all these people to care about you, and they'll support you no matter what it is. So it's like you have infinite routes you could take once you have a loyal fan base. And that's what makes it powerful.
Here, I'll break it down for you. What you're looking at right now is 5 of the biggest streamers on the planet. Each at the moment, they were averaging exactly 2,500 viewers. Pay attention to the setups. None of them are exciting. The rooms are pretty basic, the camera quality kinda sucks. There's no production value. They look like what they are, just guys streaming from their bedrooms. Now fast forward to when those same streamers are pulling 10,000 viewers a night. Everything's changed. The lighting's dialed in. The cameras are crisp. The rooms look intentional. This is the
He is so bald here. I just want to rub his head.
blueprint kicking in, and it all starts with one realization. At this level, streaming isn't just a job anymore. It's a business. And like a business, the goal
Yes,
is to make
exactly.
as much money as possible. The internet, for whatever reason, craves a spectacle. And the spectacle game is pretty easy to play. You've kind of just got to spend money to
That's
make
a big word.
The setup is just the start. Next comes the move to LA. Buy the mansion, drop the I just bought my dream car.
It's just the fact is, LA is, everyone there is clout chasing. They all got BBLs. They all got plastic everywhere, bro. Let's be honest. But the one thing about LA is the connections.
Video. Hire a dozen editors to pump out clips around the clock. By the time you're clearing 50,000 viewers, it turns into an optimization race.
What?
Every stream, every upload, every second of content is engineered to milk the cash cow. The longer you stay on the top, the more efficient it becomes. And weirdly, the more the internet praises you for it. But
Yep.
the spectacle only works if people are still looking. Relevancy is the whole game. The second your numbers dip, the money goes with it. So you're forced to stay visible. You hit the podcast circuit, impulsive on Monday and blank on Thursday. You show up to every mainstream streamer event. You become a permanent fixture in the conversation because the conversation is the product. And the fastest way to stay in the conversation is to stand next to someone bigger than you. Take those same 5 streamers and pull up their biggest streams of all time. Ninja, Fortnite with Drake, Hayden Ross, the Donald Trump interview, Kai Cenat, the LeBron stream that pulled over 1 million concurrent viewers. That's the blueprint. I'm not necessarily saying it's bulletproof or guaranteed, but it's the safe route.
Because he's naming these big streamers and saying the big collabs with them, but they've already made it. So how does that show that that's what's keeping them big if they're already big? Like there was no sign of them dropping. I think the examples he gave weren't that great. I think a better example would be someone like at like 1,500 viewers collabing with someone at 3,000, for for example.
Every streamer who's made it to the top 250 has run some version of that exact playbook based on constant evolution. But CaseOh ignored this approach altogether. His strategy is quite literally the opposite in just about every possible sense. The last time we talked about CaseOh, he was fresh off of Hogwarts, averaging 2,500 viewers. So let's run that same comparison from earlier and fast forward to when he's at 10,000.
Fresh out of Hogwarts.
Not much has changed. I mean, sure, he did buy a new house, but he moved from a trap house to a trailer just across town. The monitor is still being held up with a vacuum cleaner.
If I don't have the vacuum cleaner holding up the back of the monitor, it'll fall over. And then
Yo, there's no way this was the only way he could have held up his monitor. Like, how does he even set this up? A vacuum cleaner holding it up?
here are my PCs. You can tell they're being held up by books as well.
My chair
And
is
the
just
physical quality
fine.
Seems to somehow have gotten worse.
Chat, my stream quality is actually so crispy. It looks like it's in 4K.
Since Hogwarts, he's continued to stream 4 to 6 nights a week. Same time, same chat, rotating through whatever random games he feels like. Supermarket Simulator, Granny, Dress to Impress.
What is this? Why is it on my front page? Playing it.
When I played Dress to Impress, I kid you not, I had the worst gaming experience of my entire life. No.
Games a normal person wouldn't think to stream, but then you watch for 5 minutes and you start to get it.
This is the funniest dude on the internet right now.
Just plays
Oh, W to the top, man.
Everything. CaseOh, where did he come from? 200,000 viewers playing Fall Guys yesterday.
Because the game isn't the point. The chat isn't there for
200,000
that.
is crazy.
They're there to watch him fall out of his chair for the 10th time this month and narrate it like he's describing a car accident.
Yo, that almost killed me. Oh! Yo! Chat! The chair is dead, dude!
That's one thing I'll never do on stream. I feel like I'm too scared I'm gonna break my neck. Like fall out of a chair for a clip. You know what I mean?
Watch him get jump scared by a horror game and scream at a volume that blows out the mic. And that's why it worked.
Yo,
By January of 2020.
I hate horror
CaseOh was
games.
Averaging over
I'm gonna start playing them
50,000 concurrent viewers every single night, making him the #3 ranked streamer on all.
That's
Twitch.
crazy.
Like, my mind is weird. Like, in my mind, I still don't have the thought of, like, I still made it. Yeah. Because in my mind, I feel like if I have that thought and tell myself that I made it, you don't want to get, like, lazy. It's going to go downhill. Yeah. You know what I mean?
By every metric that
It's kind of crazy that at 50,000 viewers, he still has that sort of mindset. You have more to lose. Like, it would be a big ego hit if you're at 50,000 and you go down to like 25,000, even though you're way above most streamers.
industry actually uses, CaseOh is underperforming. He's leaving growth on the table at every possible turn. He doesn't invest in new setups, he doesn't upgrade his gear, and has no real plan to optimize himself. Every analyst will tell you he could be twice the size he is if he just ran the playbook like everyone else. And honestly, they're probably right. But here's the thing. CaseOh never looked at any
Yo,
of that
those
and
dance
felt like he
moves.
was losing something. Buying a house in
Hold
the
on.
hills, pulling up in a supercar, collecting all the things that say you've made it. None of that ever seemed to be important to him. Nothing
great
wrong
segment.
with wanting those things. A lot of creators go in with exactly that goal in mind. But CaseOh sits in this rare category of someone who actually reached the I made it moment.
I need a
and
ginger
genuinely
beer,
doesn't
bro.
want
It was never about.
How do I get a
like,
ginger
being
beer,
huge,
chat?
Just like, because it didn't matter the money. You know, I just wanted to do what I loved for a living. I could be, you know, pinching pennies to make it, but as long as I get to stream every day instead of go to work, I was cool with that. You know?
I feel the same way. If I could make enough money to live, streaming would still be the thing that I want to choose over something that pays a lot of money that I don't like. But at the same time, if I see potential otherwise, where it's like, okay, outside of streaming, I can make money, I would feel like I'm missing out on that. So deep inside, I would feel like I don't want to stream because I feel like I'm missing out on money. But it's like an endless cycle of like, do I want something that I like and make less money, or something that I don't like and make more money?
To be clear, it's not like he's allergic to money. He's the #3 streamer on Twitch. The guy is doing just fine. But there's a difference between making money and squeezing every last cent out of your audience. He's never done any kind of subathon, he doesn't say yes to every brand that comes knocking, and he doesn't manufacture drama to give the numbers a little bump. The way he sees it, you can't leave money on the table if it was never
What a
what you sat
mug.
down
What a
for.
mug.
Some of my most favorite jobs I ever had were the jobs where I was making pennies. Yo, I'm not even finna lie to y'all. I think y'all just donated more than my week's paycheck in one night. I'm talking.
I genuinely think jobs that pay less are more fun. The jobs that no one wants to do, actually, no, there's a lot of really bad jobs that no one wants to do that also pay bad. I swear there's a real phenomena where it's like jobs that are fun likely have a lower pay.
Sitting in the parking lot of the dollar store, having to call my mom, be like, hey, can you spot me $50 for food for the rest of the week? But you know what? I was happy. Like, if I could turn this into something, And just be able to do this with y'all every day, that'd be a dream
Yes,
come
bro.
true. Yeah, I was broke, but it was all right because the job was cool. Dude, I'm not worried about Twitch ads.
Let me know if this is dumb of me. Sometimes I wish I was worse at school so I didn't have the option to like become a doctor or like do something. It's just selfish and stupid of me. Like it's just like a side of me sometimes where it's like if I only had the option to do like a non-academic thing, then I would feel free. I don't know if that's like a stupid feeling. I wish I was worse at school. Like I sound so petty. Y'all get where I'm coming from though?
I would rather people have a good viewing experience than make an extra, you know, whatever a month.
So that's the money half of the blueprint. The mansion, the supercar, the optimization strategy. But the blueprint isn't only about money. The other half of the blueprint is relevancy. The streaming world has a short memory, and the way you fight that is by staying in the conversation. Podcasts, events, collabs, it all comes down to the same idea. Stand next to someone bigger than you, and you get to share some of their spotlight. Well, if you thought he was underperforming on the money side of the blueprint, just listen to this. In 3 years as one of the biggest streamers on the planet, he's done exactly one traditional collab. Jinxie.
What's the furthest
Oh, I was there for that stream. It was so peak.
you've ever traveled?
Florida, and that was one time to go to Jinxie's house.
And that collab is almost word for word the only existing footage of CaseOh outside of his own house.
My friend brought this up yesterday too.
I swear I just felt something shake. No, I'm not even joking. Jinxie X CaseOh was so peak, bro. Just because you saw him in his full glory. You saw his whole body instead of just his shoulders, which is something we never see.
It's crazy that Jinxie is literally has the only recorded footage of me outside of my own stream setup. Like he's the only one that's got me out of my room.
Matter
Layla?
of fact, it was the first time he'd ever left the state he was born in.
So this is the first time you've ever been out of like Florida or out of Arkansas?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just, I don't know, I be getting homesick. I get away from home for too long. I'm just, man, I don't know.
Over the last 3 years, CaseOh has won 5 different awards.
And the streamer award goes to
CaseOh.
CaseOh.
WKSO, man.
He hasn't shown up to a single one in person.
It's always that same photo. Is this like edited or is this a real photo of him in front of Waffle House? I'm just interested in knowing that. Low-key, I've always wanted to go to Waffle House, but we don't have one in Canada, I don't think. I don't think it's anywhere in Canada, actually.
He hasn't shown up to a single one in person.
Mr. Beast tweeted you? Oh yeah, I talked to him, yeah. I can't even go on a Mr. Beast video due to fear of airplanes. Ain't that bad, chat?
According to the blueprint, all of those things
Chat, put a 1 if you don't like airplanes, put a 2 if you don't mind them. I prefer private ones. This guy's acting like he has a private jet. Yo, you don't own a private jet, buddy.
just come with the territory of being in the top 1%. But CaseOh is avoiding all of it. And when you stack it all up, not going to award shows, turning down the collabs, even the fact that he's only left the state of Arkansas once, you start to wonder if there's more to it.
What a
than just
spawn
the
point,
camera.
Arkansas. Like, who would want to spawn there? Genuinely, I would choose a lot of places before Arkansas, to be honest.
And if you didn't have a bag of rocks for brains, you'd know I was joking.
This, bro. When I was changing setups to go from the trap house into the trailer.
The trap house.
I was literally
Chat, what is it?
a mental wreck for like a week straight. Because I don't know if anybody else has this, but dude, I have like some form of horrific OCD that I've had for years, that if something even minor changes, I'm gonna die.
You see, OCD is one of the most misunderstood conditions.
I don't have that. If you saw my desk right now, there's like 8 different things in 20 different places, and they're never in the same place. I'm not gonna lie. You don't want to see my side desk. I'm not even joking. There's a monkey. There's a Pokemon. There's an M&M that's alive. There's a freaking Viking hat, boxing gloves. There's damn pins and a water bottle and a notebook. Yo, genuinely the most random assortment of items is to my right on this desk.
Out there. People hear the word and picture someone who just likes things clean and organized. And while that can be a part of it, that's not exactly what it is.
Does
At
anyone
its
have
core,
OCD?
OCD is anxiety. For CaseOh,
I don't.
moving into a new house meant moving into an environment that was full of variables his brain hadn't had the chance to map out yet.
Like when I take my hat off and put it on the counter, same spot every night. If it goes in a different...
I never understood that. The thing about me is I lose stuff because of it. I don't think about something before I put it somewhere. Like, for example, if I walk in, my wallet just goes on the nearest counter, or sometimes even the wash. I'll put it on the washer Just toss it on there. Later in the day, I'll be like, yo, where's my damn wallet at? I'll be looking around for genuinely like 30 minutes just to find it on the wash again.
Spot, I'm dead.
Everything becomes unpredictable, and for someone with OCD, an unpredictable environment is one thing that can't be controlled. Each unknown stacks on top of the last until his brain is sent into overdrive.
Chad, here's some lore for you. Every time I would leave to work in the morning, I would go outside my house and I would have to check that my doorknob was locked 37 times. I would have to start my drive.
I kind of understand this.
Take a block back around to my house and check it another 11 times. And then I could go to work.
No. My thing is, even after it's locked and I've left, my brain erases the memory of me locking the door, and then I'm just having anxiety the rest of the day thinking I didn't lock the door.
Which explains why his setup has barely changed over the years. It's one of the places where his brain already knows the answers to all the questions. It's his rules at his pace, all in an environment that makes him most comfortable. But that need for predictability doesn't stay contained to his house. It follows him everywhere.
I went out in public 3 times in a row. I got recognized all 3 times. I never went outside again.
Relatable.
Like some people, bro, came up like, hey, yo, can I get a picture? Everybody started looking. I'm like, oh man, dude, I was about to pass out, man.
Outside of that room, he controls nothing. Who's around him, how they got there, whether someone grabs his shoulder before he sees it coming. None of it is up to him.
It's not a controlled environment.
I don't go out in public. I don't. Never.
When he's at home, it's easier to manage because, well, he's in his own house. But
It's kind of sad though, like not being able to go out in public.
no way to make the unknown stop. It's not only uncomfortable, but also insanely overwhelming.
You would have a better chance of actually winning the Powerball lottery than ever seeing me in public. That's how rare it is.
That's cap.
No joke.
The
no
blueprint
way.
says the path forward revolves around a constant
Powerball?
state of evolution. The more you change, the newer things are, the more excited people are to watch. But for CaseOh, that path has never really been accessible the same way it is for everyone else.
Walking in right now.
And yet, here he is.
Well, I don't know if accessible is the right word. I think it's accessible to him. I think he can do all of that if he wants to, but he doesn't want to. He could, try to get in other people's streams, do collabs, but he doesn't want to. He'd rather just stay at home, do his own thing.
Literally almost 1,000 away from 10 million.
If someone was in my closet, I'd actually knock them out.
So,
10 million's crazy, by the way.
no, this
10 million's wild.
Is a moment in history.
Behind everything, the award.
This is a moment in history.
The numbers. The journey from a rice mill to the #3 spot on Twitch. Almost nothing has actually changed.
You definitely gonna do this full time?
0.01?
CJ, that'd be a dream come true for you, boy, man. Maybe my parents don't have to work no more either. That'd be a dream come true too, bro.
He's been grounded in the fact that streaming
Like back then, you could tell, I don't know, the way he talked, it was just a little bit more casual. He's always had the same accent though.
was never about being the very best. It was always about building a life worth living. For himself and for the people he loves.
Wait, Mom, we're about to hit 10 million. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Oh.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. We're about to hit 10 million!
Yo!
No way we're actually about to
10 mil's crazy. Why is it live again? Yo, Mirko, what the hell, man? I'm sure.
Let's go! 10 million on YouTube!
10 million's the new 1 million. I don't care what anyone says, bro. 1 million used to be so big on YouTube until shorts came around, and then now it's just like, yo, everyone and their mom has 1 million.
His mom was there before any of this made sense.
She brought me some balloons in here! Yo!
Yo, Aaron.
She brought me some balloons!
You can't see it.
Holy moly. Holy bajoli.
For all of the awards and money.
I know he's probably happy. I feel like once you're really big, milestones don't really hit. I feel like when you're on the come up, bro, hitting that 100K that you're grinding for, you're like, yo, let's go. It really feels like you're actually making it. But once you've made it, hitting 10 million's like, oh, that's a cool milestone. It's not a big deal though.
Before tens of thousands of people were waiting for him to go live, she was the only one who pushed him to try streaming in the first place.
That's a dadgum diamond play button!
Yo.
You've had this? What? It wouldn't be possible without y'all, Chad. You know?
No, genuinely, what a great mom. Oh my gosh. If your parents are pushing you to do something that you love, dude, that combination is dangerous. It's deadly.
Who else it wouldn't be possible without? My mom. Come stand in front of the camera. Look at that.
Oh, W mom, man. CaseOh
And
mom.
his dad, the man who spent his whole life doing the kind of work nobody claps for.
Like, where do you find this clip? No, genuinely. His dad's just in the room behind.
My dad, for example, like, dude, his whole life just working. He's had multiple back surgeries, multiple wrist surgeries, multiple foot surgeries, all from just working. his whole life.
The man he watched and worked alongside with do it with no complaints.
I work with my...
If your dad went through that kind of job, or like worked a factory job, or worked a highly physical job, he will urge you to do anything else. I'm telling you, my dad worked in construction, and he's like, I never want you to do that. And I feel bad for him, bro. It takes a toll on your body.
And we're both maintenance men. Maintenance ain't easy work. You know, you're crawling under sinks, you're changing faucets, you're crawling up in attics, you know.
Yeah, that's tough, bro. Genuinely, I wouldn't like that.
The same man that taught him how to work was eventually the one who told him to quit his
trades,
regular job
kind of.
and do what he loved.
I remember the night we hit 5,000. I was like, all right, tomorrow I'm gonna call my boss. I remember I
what
got
a
him to
dream,
call,
bro.
'cause I was scared. Like, hey, boss, you know, I'm playing video games for a living, but it'd sound better coming from my dad because, you know, my dad was essentially like his right-hand man.
Yep.
But yeah.
So when streaming became a reality, he made sure that the two people who spent their lives building him up never had to work again.
What has been like the...
Yeah, bro. When I become rich, bro, my parents, they gonna get everything. I ain't gonna lie. How do you get this picture of his dad, though? Yo, what is this photo?
Building him up never had to work again.
What has been like the most fulfilling thing that you've run into in your career?
Just that everybody gets to chill.
Yeah.
And they have to get away from the jobs they hated and everything like that, and we could all just chill and do this. That's the best thing. I was gonna say the retired.
Facts,
they
bro.
Do,
it's like an
'cause,
escape.
You know, they don't want to just chill and do nothing. They do a lot of stuff for me. Like my dad, if I need something to go get or something, he goes and gets it. My mom handles all the background, like all.
Like his family's involved in his business, and that's sick. That's dope. They're helping me out. He made a good point. Like, I feel like streams for a lot of people are a sense of escape from a life maybe that they don't love. The time of day that they can look forward to. I think that's a big part of what drives me to be a streamer, probably.
If you ask Case, that's the whole story right there. In a world where overnight success has a way of quietly hollowing people out, CaseOh never let any of it change him.
The only thing I want to be is a place for people to go for 4 hours a night, forget about life, you know, crack some jokes.
He's
you know,
always
have
said
a
the
good
same
time
thing.
and
So you know
just chill
you know he's not lying about it because he always says it.
And that's why this story isn't over. CaseOh has already crossed the line that mattered the most. He turned his dream into real life. He helped his family stop working. He became the place he always wanted to be for others. So whatever happens next is just the icing on the cake.
CaseOh. Let's freaking go, man.
This since I was a kid, bro. Y'all for real low-key making dreams come true, bro.
And only a few have what it takes to make it, bro. You know, a lot of people will try, but only some will succeed.